Hello, welcome to Lil's Vintage World. This video is going to be a tag video. So I was tagged by the lovely Marilyn Maya Mendoza, whose channel I'll link down below, who's a wonderful booktuber who reads a lot of different books in a lot of different genres and also really enjoys classic crime. Like me, so yeah, I really enjoy her channel and her enthusiasm, and her personality just shines through her videos. So she tagged me in the 20 Bookish Questions tag, so let's go. As you can probably guess, there are 20 questions. So question 1, how many books is too many books in a book series? I think this is really tricky because, well, A, I don't read a lot of book series, and B, how long's a piece of string? You know, it all depends. I mean, there are book series that I love and I feel like are too short. I feel like I needed more. So for instance, the Map and Lucia series by E.F. Benson. That's a 6-novel series plus a couple of short stories. But I wanted more. My Beloved Giant Days, that's a 14-volume series. I wanted more. I think a good place to stop in terms of a series when you think I've done it all, I can't think of anything else as a writer, or you feel like it's starting to get a bit stale, a bit samey, then okay, fair enough. But I think generally for me, I don't know if there can be enough. If I'm loving it, I just want it to continue all the time. So don't really think I've answered that, have I? Okay, question 2, how do you feel about cliffhangers? I don't like cliffhangers. They get on my nerves. I want to know what happens. I want a clear cut ending. I want closure. Thank you very much. Particularly if I've got attached characters, I'm like, yes, please tell me their whole story. I need to know, and then it's okay in my head. Otherwise, I just keep thinking about it all the time. I mean, for instance, Home Fires. Did anybody watch the series Home Fires? There was 2 series on ITV called Home Fires. It was brilliant. It was set during the 1940s, loosely based on a book called Jam Busters, which I own and is really good. You should read it. And it's about literally the home front as men go off to war and people left in the little village, particularly women, in order to carry on and war work and things like that. They did 2 series, it was really successful, and then it wasn't commissioned again. But the second series left it on a cliffhanger, and that really got on my wick. Now, the writer has actually now written an ebook for it, so you can find out what happens. So yay, I have read that, and thank you, I now have closure. But oh, I was really annoyed at ITV for doing it to me. I wanted the closure in the TV show because all those actors were wonderful. So yes, I don't like. No, thank you. I don't do cliffhangers. Okay, question 3 is hardback or paperback. I do prefer paperback, but my actual ideal is hardback the same size as paperback, which you don't get too much. I mean, you do get in vintage books, like this one here, that is a hardback, but it's the same size as paperback, as you can see. So yeah, that's the perfect for me, but you don't get them very often. Question 4, favourite book. If I have to pick just one, it's very mean, but if I have to pick just one, it would be Miss Pettigrew Lives Today by Winifred Watson. I've spoken about it so many times. Don't know why I had a little sing there. But it's a book from the 1930s and it is wonderful and glamorous and just all the bits that I love. And I'm wearing 30s today, so yes, 30s, and well, actually these are 20s, but whatever. 5, least favourite book. This is really tricky because I don't know. I've given so many books 1 stars over the years. I don't know, I can't pick just one. One that comes into my head, I can't remember what it was called, but it's historical fiction and it was on Lady Jane Grey, and for some reason Guilford Dudley, who's her husband, was a horse. That one was awful. That's just one book that I really didn't like. That's not my least favourite book, it's just one of the books that I gave 1 stars to, because yeah, no thank you, that was not for me. 6, love triangles, yes or no? I don't mind a love triangle. Why not? As long as it is done well, then yes, it's fine. 7, the most recent book you just couldn't finish. This is tricky for me because I do generally finish books. I guess it might be a strike book. So, you know, the Robert Galbraith books, which aren't Robert Galbraith. So I read The Cuckoo's Calling a while ago, thought, wow, that's a brilliant book. Then thought I'll carry on with the series if it's going to be this good. Read the next one and I was like, yeah, I don't like that. And I ended up speed reading it, and that's quite a big book to speed read. So I did finish it, but not in the way I would have liked to. I sped read a lot. Is that word? I don't know if that makes any sense, but yes, that one. 8, a book you're currently reading. I'm not currently reading anything. I finished a book the other day. It was a reread of Sad Cypress by Agatha Christie. I loved it. And so far I haven't picked up anything since. So I will pick something up after this video. Not quite sure what yet, but stay tuned. 9, last book you recommended to someone. Oh, this is tricky. I suppose when I did the Discord chat talking about Sad Cypress, I did say to Graham, how are you getting on? Graham as in Graham Sellers Reads. Check him out. Great channel. I did say to him, how are you getting on with the Six Wives series by Alison Weir? And he says he hasn't started yet, but I said, oh, we should read it. It's really good. So I'm going to say that counts. 10, oldest book you've read in terms of publication date. For university, my undergrad, I read Plato's Symposium, which is an ancient text, so that one. 11, the newest book you've read in terms of publication date. This is a bit tricky for me because I read a lot of stuff that have been republished. So although it's like published in 2021, it's actually a book from 1930, so I don't think that counts. I actually think it might be the Catherine Howard book, which is part of the Six Wives series. It might be that one, because that was 2020, and I can't think what else. Yeah, I think I'll have to go for that one. 12, favourite author. Again, tricky to pick just one. If I have to pick just one, it'd be Agatha Christie. That's actually quite easy. But I would also love to say that Barbara Pym's one of my favourite authors as well, so I'm sneaking 2. Thank you. 13, buying books or borrowing books? Buying, definitely. I had a few times where I've tried to borrow books from the library, and then I've been reading them, and then I found something that I didn't want to find in there, like some crusty food, and I'm like, ugh, no thank you. So yeah, I do like to buy my books because then I can annotate them as well, and I like to do that. Helps me learn. Okay, 14, a book you dislike that everyone seems to love. I think this is really tricky because I generally don't have that too much, to be honest, at all. I suppose I'm going to cheat slightly and I'm going to say the Twilight books. I've never read the Twilight books. They're not my thing, but I know they're not my thing, so I won't read them. But I know lots of people enjoy them, so I'm going to say that one. 15, bookmarks or dog ears? Bookmarks, definitely. I'll never dog ear my books. I will find anything as a bookmark: a spoon, a handbag, a shoe, glasses case, nail varnish, pot. I will literally use anything until I can find an appropriate bookmark, because sometimes I do not have one to hand and it's just whatever's within reach, just shove in. Yeah, I'd rather use pretty much anything rather than dog ear my books. That is not happening. 16, a book you can always reread. This is really tricky because I reread a lot. I love rereading, but let me just whiz off a few. Agatha Christie, my favourites to reread are Five Little Pigs, Sad Cypress and A Caribbean Mystery. These are my 3 Agatha Christie books. Out of those, the one that I reread most is Sad Cypress. Don't know why, I just end up rereading that the most. My beloved Giant Days series, which has sadly come to an end, but I love rereading that. I might reread it for a whole video, see if I can reread them all in 24 hours or something. Not 24 hours staying awake, that won't happen. Barbara Pym, I adore Barbara Pym, I love rereading her. The Map and Lucia series, love rereading that. My childhood favourites, Beatrix Potter, Paddington, Secret Garden, you get the idea, love them. My favourite book, obviously, which is Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day, love rereading that. Woodhouse, love rereading him. There's so much. I love a reread. 17. Can you read while hearing music? I can. I do often put on some classic music, classic FM or something, or go on YouTube and type in classic music for reading or studying and I put that on. But I can only have the instrumental stuff, not the vocals. No vocals, no people talking, none of that. I just like to listen. Okay. 18. One POV or multiple POVs? Oh, POVs mean point of view. Just one, please. I find it a little bit confusing to know how I feel about characters if there are multiple, but I don't mind it, I just prefer one. 19. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? Usually multiple days because I'm a slow reader. If I have the time like to sit there all day and read, then yes, in one day, please, that would be wonderful, but usually it's multiple days. And 20, who do you tag? I'm going to tag the lovely Julie, who is a wonderful person and a wonderful booktuber, and you're definitely going to check her out. She leaves a whole lot of different types of books, lots of different genres covered, link in description. I'm going to tag you, Julie, to do this tag, so looking forward to hearing your answers. So there we are, that's it. Let's chat all things bookish in the comment section below, and I shall see you soon for my next video. Take care for now. Bye!